All right, guys, before we get into the episode and talk about our guest, quick announcement. I know it seems like we've done this about 3 or 4 times, and that's probably because we have, but we are switching up our release date. So we are going back to one episode a week on Fridays. So not Tuesday and Fridays anymore, but just this one episode every Friday. The reason for the switch is back late last year, we decided to split it up between the two because we weren't doing as many guests. So we were going to do like more of a sports and, film kind of related Friday episode. And Tuesday was no holds bar, whatever came into our minds. But now we are going back into having a lot more guests and to release their episode on a Tuesday, only to release another episode on Friday. Those 3 days in between didn't really give enough time to, to bring the attention to their episode, to their story that we wanted. So to eliminate that, we're going back to one episode, like I said, on Fridays. Give it a whole week in between to really kind of promote it and get it out there to the listeners, to you guys. That's the reason for the change. Sorry, but we just feel like it'll be better for everybody. But on to today's episode, we have actor, stunt performer Dakota Jarrad. He is an amazing, amazing human being. You can just tell by the interaction we have with him how genuine and nice this guy is. He talks about the time he spent with the Marvel live action tour. He spent 2 years going all over the U.S. and other countries, performing for sold out arenas, shows. He talks briefly about his stunt going to the Children's Hospital here in Michigan. Just amazing stories. He talks about how he got into doing stunts, his career thus far. Such a great conversation. A lot of laughs. So let's jump into it. Detroit Rams are going to the Super Bowl.
I think so. You're calling this a Detroit?
The Detroit Rams.
Detroit Super. They're going to the Super Bowl.
It's the closest they're going to get to it. It's the closest they're getting to it. So
yeah, more likely. You're not wrong on that, which is unfortunate.
We got Eminem performing at halftime, which is from Detroit. Then we got Janet Jackson popping out the other nipple at halftime as well, too.
I hope so. Yeah,
I've seen one. The other one's got to be vastly different. So
I know for sure. Might as well at this point. What the hell? Yeah, what a wild weekend, man. What a wild couple weeks actually, because we took a week off last week. Well, I guess it would be 2 weeks, right? I don't know. Would it be just 1 week off?
Why did we do that one?
You were sick or something.
Oh, this dude, I was so sleep deprived, man. It was stupid. I fell asleep at work. It was, I was talking to the trainer that we have there, and then all of a sudden my whole body is collapsed down. He's like, dude, do you need to go home? I'm like, I'm halfway there. We're good. I'm just gonna power through this. I got home at 5:45, 6, something like that. Played with the dogs for 10 minutes. Came downstairs, passed out by 7:30 and slept all the way till 6:30 in the morning, man.
Wow, that's impressive.
It was so I don't know what it was the night before. I slept for 2 hours. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, I was trying to power through so we could do because we had to reschedule with the guest.
Right.
I was going to power through to get that done, but then the moment I just dropped at work, I'm like, I gotta sleep, dude.
Yeah,
otherwise
for sure.
I'd be sleeping during the interview.
Yeah. Yeah, it was and then this week we're not doing it in studio because I tested positive for the vid.
So you got the cocoa now.
I did get the cocoa and I'm completely fine. I have 0 symptoms.
You are a freak of nature.
Yeah, I am. I've been telling everybody I'm a modern marvel and a physical specimen. So yeah.
I believe it. I believe
sure.
that.
But yeah, but we missed a couple good weeks of football, man. I mean, we watched them obviously, but holy crap, what every game this has been incredible this playoff season. It's been awesome.
The playoffs have been bizarre,
yeah,
to say the least. The biggest one for me though was the Bengals ended up pulling it off against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The first half did not look like they were going to do it.
No.
But they did say they were a second half team. So that kind of that came out and they proved themselves with that.
Absolutely. Joe Big Dick Burrow comes through in the end for sure.
What is your nickname? So none of these
he's
people,
got that on a hat, dude.
This is the second or third time you've called somebody Big Dick.
Yeah.
And it's just because it rhymes, or you really want them to have a big dick.
No, Joe Burrow's got a hat that says Big Dick on it. Joe Big Dick Burrow. That's his nickname when he went through college and won the national championship with LSU. So, oh yeah, that one. I don't know if it's self-proclaimed or if it just is something that stuck, but it's out here. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, what a wild game. Yeah, down. I can't even remember. Was it down 18 points in the first half, and then come storming back?
Was it 21-3 or was that the Bucks and Rams?
I think it was 21-3. I think they were down 18 points and then came back to win the game. It was crazy. So that kicker they have has got ice water in his veins. He's got no problem just booting them through there and winning games. So yeah. And then the Rams and the Niners tried to make a game out of it at the end there and tried to come back, but of course Jimmy G does what Jimmy G does, and that is throw a pick in the most untimely manner. So I got a great comparison for him. I was thinking about this. I'm like, Jimmy G reminds me of somebody, and I cannot remember. Like, I was just thinking about it. I'm like, Carson Wentz. Jimmy G is the Carson Wentz of the NFC. Like, both those guys will make the dumbest throws at the dumbest times of the game. Like, they would just just change the game. And of course, Jimmy G did that. So I think there was something about trade rumors already out for him, and I figured it was coming with they kind of drafted his replacement this year. So
he said in the interview that he was like hoping to get put onto like a championship team or something. Right. I don't know what his wording was, but I saw that. I was like, dude, you got some balls, man. All right. So you blow it, and then you say that you deserve. Okay, whatever.
Right, for sure. Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, I thought the same thing. So yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Niners go down, and we had the Bengals and Rams. I did not see that coming.
What a weird, like, it just feels, I don't know, it just feels completely weird because like you don't have any big name in the Super Bowl this year. Like, I mean, you got Stafford, obviously, but like no one would have thought that the fucking Rams or the Bengals of all teams would end up here. And I think that's what I'm most excited about, is because it is those like underdog stories. Like both the Bengals and the Rams beat out the two teams that were fighting in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
Like that's
nuts. It's true. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I would have never in a million years would have thought this, especially Stafford. I would have thought that he would have had some success going with the Rams, make it to the playoffs, win one or two playoff games, but I did not see him making it all the way to the Super Bowl. Just first year with a new team and everything, how that kind of played out. And then the Bengals were like 4-12 last year, so there's no way in hell I would have thought that the Bengals would have went to the Super Bowl and beat the teams that they did. It was wild. Just a wild year, wild playoffs. Just awesome to watch.
Well, now you got Stafford doing what Brady did last year when he joined the Bucs. So I'm hoping that Stafford does fully take it all the way. Like,
I think for the homer in me. Yeah, the homer in me definitely is excited about.
No, hold on. No. Now you're completely contradicting what you were shit talking me about in text. You're like, no, if Detroit can't have it, fuck Stafford. He can't.
Oh, I know. I was totally joking around about that.
Detroit can't do it. No one can. I'm fucking petty.
I know. I was just messing around with you. And then after that, I sent a text like, no, man, I'm happy for him. I'm glad to see he was great for the city. He was good. He was the franchise for a long time. So seeing him get success it does kind of feel like, when you break up with your ex-girlfriend and then like hit the lotto or, get married and have like a dude that's like way better than you or whatever, you're just like, all right, I wanted you to have success, but I didn't want you to have that much success.
Well, you should not have been a dick to her in the relationship then. You deserve it. You deserve that.
Yeah, it goes to say the same thing about the Lions.
Exactly, but that's the thing. Like, if you're a dick in the relationship, you deserve for that person to go on to bigger and better things and leave your ass in the dust.
Yeah, I guess so. When you put it that way.
Exactly. But talking about Brady, though.
Yeah.
After becoming Brady, twice now it came out that he was retiring. The first one was a false one leaked by what's his name?
Adam Schefter and another guy. Yeah.
Fuckers. And then officially Brady comes out 2 days ago. I think we're
Yeah.
doing this on Wednesday, the 2nd.
Yep.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
on the 31st, I think he came out and said it, right?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, he officially came out and said he retired. You know, he's retiring, so he doesn't think he can put the effort in along with playing at that high of a level as
Yeah.
he has been. Yeah, yep. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like to think of NFL football without Tom Brady just doesn't seem right. So he's been around forever, 22 seasons in the NFL, and I'm happy to see him kind of go out obviously he would have liked to win another Super Bowl on his way out, but
Right. But I mean,
really,
he still went out on top. Like he had the best stats of his career this year. Like I mean,
right.
he
Yeah,
did really freaking well. His whole career, he broke
right,
records.
right.
He's definitely put his stamp on the
Yeah.
game. So
Yeah, I
I think
don't
this
think
was a
we'll
good
see
year.
anything like it again. You know what I mean? Like just the way how everything's kind of built. I don't think we'll ever see a friggin' quarterback win that many Super Bowls again. I think in the
Right.
purity of the NFL's starting to really take over, and I think as much as Belichick and Brady both now don't like to admit that they, you know, what they had together or whatever. I don't know really what it comes down to, but I think that combination of those two really set up for Tom's success, and I think Belichick's success as well. So yeah, I
Right.
don't know if we'll ever see something like that again for sure. That's why they call him the GOAT. So
Yeah.
yeah, retires. Yeah, another the Big Ben GOAT.
Yeah. Big Ben
He
go.
retired. He retired as
He's
well.
focusing on religion now.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Whatever he's focusing on, not playing football, which he probably shouldn't have played the last couple of years. But here we are. So
I mean, he went quite far this year. So good for him.
yeah, yeah, making the playoffs, that was cool. It was cool. It was cool to see him at that last moment, like I said, at Heinz Field there at Pittsburgh and everything. That was really neat to
Yeah.
witness that and stuff. And yeah, I think all that's been wild, man, to see. It feels like all the guys that we grew up with are gone now. We got all the young kids. Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Um, the league's in pretty good hands for sure.
Yeah.
With
No, for sure.
but the legends will be missed. I think just because.
Hey, we still got Rogers.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see what happens with that.
Maybe we still have
Yeah,
Rogers.
we'll see what happens with that. Hell, he might be thinking, well, Tom Brady left and went to the Super Bowl the next year to a different team. Matt Stafford left and went to the Super Bowl
Yeah.
with a different team. Maybe I
Trade
could
him, see
do
what
it.
happens.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
him go to the Broncos. They need a quarterback.
yeah. Well, they might do it because I think they just hired their Green Bay's offensive coordinator as
They
their head
did. Yep.
coach. So
Yep.
yeah, and Devontae Adams, I think, will be really looking at where Aaron Rodgers goes and making a decision based on that. So it should
Mhm.
be pretty interesting to see how it all works out. But yeah, a lot of coaching changes, and another one too. Josh McDaniels got hired as the Raiders' new coach. So
Yeah, how does that make you feel? Because you were really pushing for what's his nuts
yeah, the interim
the
head coach there
yeah.
that stepped up, Bisaccia. Yeah, I really wanted him to get the job, and I feel like he kind of got the chaff for not getting the job. I think this is another thing of the Raiders trying to make a splash hire like they did with John Gruden, and you know what I mean, like they did with Lane Kiffin back in the day. Like I feel like they just try to find that star name, and I think Harbaugh didn't want to be any part of it, so I think they shifted the search to Josh McDaniels, who was the coach of the Broncos back when Tim Tebow was there and stuff. So he went. I think he took him to the playoffs and everything like that. But I think he was just kind of a little too immature, and I think he's actually been on record about saying that he just wasn't ready. So he went back to Belichick to be the offensive coordinator there for the last however many years, and was there with Tom Brady. And him and Tom Brady are very close, and credits a lot of success to Josh McDaniels, and along with, I mean, this year with Mac Jones, he just got selected to the Pro Bowl, so as a rookie, so he did pretty good things with a rookie quarterback, and everything. So I'm interested to see how it all plays out. It wouldn't have been my first choice, but I'm not upset with the hire. It's something like I'm kind of neutral on the hire. I'll wait and see kind of how it all plays out, and I'm just glad it's not Jim Harbaugh.
I was gonna say, are
So,
you a bum that Harbaugh is now right as of right now, it looks like it's not confirmed, but going to Minnesota.
yeah. I'm not upset about it. to be honest. I think we talked about this in a previous episode where his stock would have never been higher than it is right now. And I think we caught everybody. I think we caught OSU and everything like that in a down year. So at the right time. So I think it was his time to go. I appreciate what he did with the program. I think it's definitely in a better state than what it was when he got there. So I appreciate that, but I'm looking forward to the next coach.
So
I want somebody gritty.
There's two things that I want to touch on though with this, and I love both of these because I'm a State fan.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, more than likely, U of M is going to suck ass for the next 2 years. Just the adjustment with the new coach, right? I love that. That's great for me. Second is if he does go to Minnesota, he now is the head coach of the quarterback that whooped his ass, Cousins. So now,
was he there when Cousins was there though?
I thought he wasn't he? At least for a year.
I don't think so.
No,
it might have been maybe his last year. I don't know. I don't think so. It
doesn't matter. Cousins still whooped on U of M. So
true. That's true.
And then Connor Cook
after that. Yeah, Connor Cook after that. But who knows if Cousins stays there? They might move off of him too. You know what I mean? Because he's one that will only get you so far. So you know what I mean? It's I don't know if he'll ever be one to kind of get you over that hump. So, and he's getting older too. I know his contract's pretty ridiculous if I remember correctly too. So they might be handcuffed with that contract, but they got some good pieces there. Yeah, they got some good pieces in the Vikings. I think they're real close to being a playoff team.
Yeah,
the division is soft when it comes to Detroit, Chicago, so it might be pretty easy to kind of sneak in there as a wild card on the NFC side. You know, he definitely made the right decision if he's going to the NFC because the AFC, like I call those names, you got to go through Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen. So if you're looking at being a head coach, you definitely want to go to the NFC side where you're just going to have to worry about Aaron Rodgers as of right now. Matt Stafford, obviously. But, you know, the Taylor Heineke's of the world and what I mean, like, I think it would be all right on the NFC side. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does there. But I'm good riddance. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know what? That might be a little too aggressive. I'm not going to miss Jimbo just because I don't care for his personality and everything. So I'm looking forward to the next head coach. I think it'll be Josh Gaddis, which I don't know, which is the offensive coordinator of Michigan currently. So I don't know. I want somebody gritty. I want somebody like Mel Tucker. You know what I mean? Like this has got that grit and overall determination. So
speaking of Tucker and the Spartans, though, they've just got, I think, 2 or 3 recruitments that are gonna do wonders for him. They just got a top running back from the PAC, I want to say, right?
Yeah.
I think he was going between Oregon and MSU, and he went MSU from Colorado. I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
but he's supposed to be a fantastic running back. Will be great to replace Walker.
Yeah, for sure.
They just got forgot this guy's name, but he's like, 6'2", 6'3", 210 pounds. Like, he is a high recruit as well too. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
They're gonna whoop on Michigan again. Next year.
I wouldn't put it past there at anything, but I mean, you're looking at Mel Tucker. He's been there 2 seasons and had a 10-win season. So, you know, the turnaround can happen quickly. It just depends on if you get the right fit. You know, so I think Urban Meyer stepped into Ohio State and had a winning season and won the Big Ten like the first year back or maybe second year back or whatever it might have been. So, I think it can happen. So we'll wait and see. But last thing I got, Brian Flores, the head coach of former head coach of the Miami Dolphins, who should have never got fired in the first place, got fired and then had a situation come up where he got a text from Big Bill Belichick that ruined the whole deal when it came to the New York Giants head coaching search. So I guess they hired a head coach. Don't chastise me here about I can't remember the guy's name.
But he got hired. I don't know any of this shit, so. I just remember reading the text messages that were going back and forth.
Yeah. So he thought he texted that guy, and he actually texted Brian Flores and told him congratulations. And he's like, I haven't even interviewed for the job yet.
Yeah,
so,
I had that on Thursday.
Yeah, I have that on Thursday. And he's like, oh, and then the best part is like Belichick's like, oh fuck. I'm sorry.
This one up. Jesus.
But yeah, it's an unfortunate deal, man. And they want parity throughout the league, and want to be more diverse and everything like that, more opportunities for minorities, and I'm completely supportive of that. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I don't think Brian should have ever got fired to begin with. So, he did an excellent job there, and all these head coaching searches. I mean, these owners that are did not jump at the opportunity to give this man a job are complete and total idiots. So, yeah, whatever comes of this and whatever goes through, goes through on their side, I think is definitely warranted because this guy is proven that he's can win in the NFL as a head coach. He's very well respected by the players. So I'm blown away that this is even a story. You know what I mean? So.
I thought it was hilarious. I just read the text. This is a classic example of why older individuals should not use technology, especially texting, because as it is, I'm sure it takes them about 6 minutes to type a three-word sentence.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Go back. So I'm sure one of those, that whole, it was 2 screenshots. I'm sure those 2 screenshots was a 2-hour conversation.
Probably.
Just for him just to mess it up.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's unfortunate. So it'll be interesting. What do you got?
Sadly, so I was looking at upcoming films, and I'm like, I know we got some good stuff coming out, right?
Yeah.
And this was going to tie into recommendations, right? Yeah, no, I don't recommend going to see Jackass Forever coming out on Friday at all.
No.
And then there's this new movie called Moonfall. Have you heard this one?
Yes, that's got Halle Berry in it, and then right? Is it Halle Berry?
I don't think it has Halle Berry in it. No, but basically what it is, I thought originally that the moon was just falling, right? It just dropped out of
orbit.
Orbit, and just was coming to the Earth. And then I was watching a trailer today. She's like, I'm going to talk about this. And there's some type of weird alien, black cloud. I don't know. So my first thought that it was going to be every other world-ending movie. Right. Greenland that just came out last year with Gerard Butler. Before that, 2012. Before that, Deep Impact, Armageddon. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this should go on forever and ever. This is the same old thing. And then nope, it's that plus a stupid ass black cloud alien. Hard pass. So do yourself a favor and don't see these movies.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I never saw any of the Jackass movies in theaters. I think the only time I ever watched them was at a friend's house when I was drunk at 2 a.m. and we had nothing else to watch.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that sounds about right for sure. Well, that's too bad. Yeah, but we got Batman coming in March, so
March
here we
4th.
go. Yeah, can't wait.
That is something that I'm looking more and more for. Forward to each trailer that comes out. They just got done releasing more posters with the Riddler and I'm so stoked about the Riddler.
Yeah,
this is the one fuck Jim Carrey. That was a terrible cartoonish cash grab Riddler. It was dumb.
You didn't like it?
No.
What? Oh my god, I love Jim Carrey as the Riddler. I thought he was hilarious.
I like Jim Carrey, but not as the Riddler. It was dumb.
Well, I think it was supposed to be like that.
It was. It was because
Tim Burton film.
The first 2 Batman movies were Tim Burton, and
they
were very dark.
This one was
they were very dark. And then the studio, just like we're seeing right now with films, they're like, oh, we can't market it that well, so let's make it more poppy and pop culture and bright and cheesy, and just went downhill. Fucking for God's sake, they had bat nipples. Come on. So it was just, I didn't like it. But this one, this Batman, I've said it before, is described almost as a horror movie. I love that.
Yeah, I'm very interested for that.
I can't wait for it. As it gets closer to that, as we go through February, I'll have a lot more to talk about when it comes to the Batman.
Jeff, do you see my t-shirt right now?
Hell yeah, you're rocking the TFG official wear.
Yes, I am. Our merch line that's on storymerchandise.com.
Oh, Story Merchandise. They have the best t-shirts.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It's like he took my measurements and made this shirt just for me.
It's not boxy. It's a great form-fitting shirt while staying comfy.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't, here's the best part, doesn't break the bank.
No, it does not.
It's
No, it does
awesome.
not. Yeah, everything's super affordable, and he has like everything.
Everything?
Yes, everything.
Hold on. So does he have like greeting cards,
Yep.
posters,
Yep.
CDs,
Yep.
koozies,
Yeah.
fanny packs?
No.
Told you.
Just kidding. He's got fanny
Oh,
packs.
he does have everything.
Yeah, he's got
Story
fanny packs.
merchandise is your one-stop shop.
For everything.
So if you're in the market for any of those things, go to storymerchandise.com today and check out our TFG logo wear. Here's a little known fact that I found out. And Dakota, I know obviously you're a movie guy. Brandon, you're but you both know Die Hard though, obviously. Right?
The best Christmas movie of all time.
Exactly, right?
Right. Okay.
Here's a little known fact. Contradicting the name, nobody in that movie died with the boner.
Oh, wow. That's unfortunate.
I mean, are we? That's the thing, though. Are we sure about that? Like, were we there?
As Hans is
Good
falling, I thought I saw her bulge.
Yeah,
I thought I saw a bulge in his pants.
Are we
That's
like?
where
Do we got
Die Hard
Bruce
came
Willis?
from.
Right,
Yeah.
like, do we got Bruce Willis to confirm that nobody was,
I don't know. He's down in Georgia doing like 17 like B-roll movies right now. You have a good chance of running into him and asking him.
right.
Gosh.
Oh, no.
So Dakota, you started out, I believe, in dance, right? Well, first off, you're an actor, you're a stunt man, a badass stunt man, dude. You've been set on fire.
Oh, thank you.
Set on fire.
Yeah. Twice.
See? We'll get into that as we go, but correct me if I'm wrong though. You did start out in a dance studio, right?
That is correct. Yes. I was really, I think, kind of the first thing to really get me into like just a physical form of expression. And I did start it very young. So my aunt is a brilliant dance teacher, and she's been teaching for 30 plus years. She's like, you want to be biased because she's your family, but just straight up, like, she's good. She knows her stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, I first did a year when I was like 5 years old or so. A lot of my family always joined, and whatnot. And then I got out of it just because, I don't know, I was 5, like I don't even remember really back then, you know what I mean? So sure, it was cool, it was fun, but I got back into it at around age 8, and it was because there were 4 distinct people all dancing in the same group that I wanted to dance with. And one was my cousin, who was just at that time like the star. She was killing it. Best buddy of mine, another family friend, and then a girl I had a crush on. And they're all 4 in the same
That's
group.
How it always starts.
I was like, dude, it was the perfect setup. I was like, I get to hang with my boy, my cousin, she's like a sister to me, and then maybe I can make a move or two. It that last one didn't work out as much, but no, it was great. And I did dance ever since, man. So from age 8 years old all the way through high school, even did, I think it was 2 more years competitive after that. Yeah. And I think I stopped 2014. 2014 is when I stopped doing it competitively, because I was just getting kind of old, man. The competitions I'd go to, there wasn't many 18 and up groups, and I'm starting to break the age range, and we're starting to cheat a little bit, so I can't do that. This guy says he's 15, he looks 23. Yeah.
Oh, no. So with that type of athleticism, that's got to work into your current career, right? I mean, doing that dance and all those moves and everything, it's got to really help you out. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. It's dance very easily lends to a lot of things. It got me into gymnastics when I was younger as well.
Stripping.
And gymnastics is also another thing. Stripping, super exotic dancing. That one, I haven't done that one yet, but yeah, I mean, you never know.
Hey, if there's any time, it's now. You're in Atlanta, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Might as well
go to downtown. I'm sure I'll get some good jobs right down there. But no,
there's always a Magic Mike sequel out there. You know what I mean? For sure,
dude. Right. I gotta bulk up a little bit more, tan a little bit, probably too.
There you go.
They're casting for Magic Mike Last Dance right now, so there you go.
Okay. That's
Sorry, we'll get you off your game, man. Sorry. All right, we'll get you back.
No, you're good, bro. But the choreography aspect of dance 100% lends itself to stunt work. I mean, really, a fight scene is partner choreography. Like, you know, our goal is to. I'm not trying to actually beat the shit out of you. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm not trying to actually hurt my partner. Obviously, that can and does happen sometimes, but it's not the goal. It never is. So it's just it's putting on a show with a little bit more intensity and violent undertones per se. So yeah, it 100% lends itself to it, and it's helped me a lot when it comes to pick up choreography. I mean, it doesn't make me a whiz at it, but I think the background, I appreciate it, and it definitely is useful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you say that you don't try to hurt somebody, but I do remember in the film that we did, you I think you punched Mason in the face. Is this correct? Do I remember this correctly? It was the scene where they see you for the first time, and then you jump on top of Mason, and you're giving him the left. You hit him in the right, and then when you come back down, I think Mason sat up a little too far, and I think you got him, didn't you?
Oh, okay. So it's Mason's fault.
Yes, absolutely. It's always Mason's fault. No matter what, it's Mason's fault.
No. I'm not trying to call him out. Yeah. To be honest, I actually don't remember that, but I don't put it past me.
Because I do know that Heath actually did punch him in the face also.
Okay.
In one of the scenes that we did. So I think that poor guy took 2 left hooks at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of kicked ass on that one. Because what was it? I threw Patrick down pretty damn hard when I did like the head scissors takedown on him.
I think you're the reason for his concussion.
That's what he was telling me, and I was like, I think you're overblowing it, but you know, it's cool. Like,
what, Patrick overdoing something?
Yeah,
no.
He is a little dramatic.
No.
Yeah, he is a little dramatic for sure.
Like, dude is way bigger than me, could probably like actually kick my ass if he ever wanted to. Like, so I was like, I don't know, man. The fact that I did that to you, well, okay. But yeah, I messed up everybody because our like form of previs per se for the fight was me just coming up with choreography with you, Jeff, and Noah, and then also proceeding to just slam you guys around for like 8 hours and be like, okay, we got it. So
nailed it.
That was fun. That was a whole lot of fun. Like, we went in there with a blank canvas and we had no clue what we were gonna do. And we went to your aunt's dance studio. And nothing but like these little tiny mats. But you gave us the bigger mats. We doubled it up, so we didn't get as hurt. But that was fun. But then that just you were amazing when it came up with all just the whole choreography was awesome. And then on set, how you walked through it. I still have video of how you walked through every little detail with every single actor. And just to see you take the lead on that was awesome.
Dude, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Because I still look back on that fight, and I'm still very proud of it. I mean, at the point I'm at now, I can look back and be like, damn it. Okay, I could have told, Noah to maybe shoot from here, and those are my faults. Those are my learning experiences. Is if I knew the angles better, if I knew some of even my faults better. Like, there's one scene where I'm like punching Mason in the kidney. And the way I look on camera, it just straight up looks like I'm spanking him. Like, it's just like I'm like, man, this whole scene, I'm like just trying to slash at these guys with the machete. And then like the fact that I actually finally get him, just like spank him. So does it work for me? But man, overall, like, it still looks damn good. And it looked amazing for where I was at the time as well. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. Like, I know all of my family members came to see it when it premiered.
Yeah, your family took up like about half of the theater. It was crazy. And it was one of those things where like it was weird. Everybody was bummed that you couldn't be there, especially. I mean, going into everyone was like, we wish we had Dakota. But then after everyone saw, they're like, damn, we wish he was here. We don't want to talk to any of these guys. We want to talk to him.
Which is awesome, man, because I don't think I even have dialogue at all in the movie. Like,
no, you grunt, but
yeah, a lot of and stuff like that. But
I believe when you were spanking Mason, you said yes, daddy, though.
Yeah, that was
we had to cut that out. We had to cut that part
Yeah.
out.
Unfortunately.
well, the first Yes Daddy was in the script, but I just felt the line so hard that I improvised the second one. So that one goes both ways. That's
fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough
Yeah.
for sure. That's on you and on the writing. So yeah, you share the responsibility for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No,
No.
I've obviously seen it, and it's incredible. I mean, that fight scene is definitely for me the highlight of the movie, and I think Jeff
Yeah.
would say the same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just
Thank
an overall whole experience. And then he talks glowingly about you and how you just kind of took that over and really were so professional and so great at your craft that it really just shone through all of that. So yeah, it was awesome. Like I said, one of my favorite things to watch for sure. So
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
yeah.
No, I think we did something good. Like I think that particular scene, and who knows, maybe I'm just gonna brag for a second or blow smoke on my own ass, but it's just like I think we put on a pretty damn quality fight scene for the area. Like for something that maybe local filmmakers don't see a lot, and it's not the greatest thing in the world. It could be far better, but I think to that point, there hasn't been many that have like looked like that. And some people are like, oh shit, like there's some quality fighters here. And I'm not even talking about myself. Like, honestly, Mason and Patrick were great. Like they were great partners, and they listened and they took notes. And I mean, yeah, I loved working with them. So it was I think it was just a group achievement, man. Like we all worked together on it. And like, I know I took the lead for a little bit, but it really did come together like with all of us there. It was cool.
It was, and I agree with you. And I'm not gonna. Recent statements I've made may not have been the best for the Michigan film community to like me, but when this film came out, there was, I forgot who reviewed it, but they said that was the best fight scene that they've seen come out of the Michigan film industry. And I will say this, I still have yet to see anything that's topped that. And I'm not tooting my own horn, I'm tooting your horn, because that shit was awesome. And no, I have watched a lot of Michigan-made films, and nothing has come close to what you put together for that film. So,
dude,
I will take. If people want to hate on me, they can hate on me all they want. That's fine. But that is still the best one that I've seen. If somebody wants to listen, if someone's listening to this and has a better one, send it my way. Let's see, and I will openly admit if it is better.
Yeah, and same. Send it my way. Like That's the thing. Like I'm gonna invite challenge because it'll only make me better. Yeah. And in turn, it'll only make the community better. Like, so, I mean, honestly, if you have haters, you're kind of doing something right.
Exactly.
And that's coming from an entertainer who wants everybody to like him at all times. But like, still, that's the truth of it, is you're just never going to please anybody. And when you have someone who's actually like displeased, then you're probably doing something right.
Right.
Yeah. Great point for sure. That leads me to my next question. I'm going to interrupt you, Jeff. Sorry, but yeah, you're used to it by now. But so I have to ask this every time we have a guest on that has worked with Jeff professionally.
Here it is.
Okay, here we go.
How was it working with Jeff? And just pretend like he's not listening, not a part of this conversation right now. Give me the real answer here. How was it? Is he a prick? Because he's a prick. I got to do it. He's a prick.
I'm just gonna say right now, never again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Which is funny
man.
You say that, because I don't plan on making another film ever again. So it's okay.
And that's the reason why. No, no. Really, like, just actually being honest. I haven't really worked that close with the director ever, so that experience is kind of unique. But to be honest, like, when it came to working for film, that is probably my favorite one I've worked on. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure I can fish up one complaint or two, but no, like, Jeff was cool, man. Like, seriously, you were great. You understood my talents, which was awesome. Because that's the thing, right? Like, if you're hiring me to do stunts for your film, I don't know. People can have egos every now and then, especially when you're like the badass guy on set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never tried to paint that image, because I'm not. Like, I'm a very skinny guy. And yeah, like, I think we had a pretty damn good understanding early on, where Jeff was like, okay, when it comes to these things and these shots, I'm in charge. And absolutely, you're the director. And then when it came to some specific things, especially when it regarded like safety and the fight choreography and whatnot, he was like, dude, I'm gonna take a step back because this is just not my field. Do you know what to do here? And I would either admit like, absolutely, I got you, or hey man, this is kind of new too for me, so let's work together on this. So yeah, in reality, like, or just in summary, it actually was a great experience. And yeah, man, I'm always down for something else, always down to just hang out or work with Jeff again in any capacity. So
I will Venmo you the $50 right now for saying that.
Sweet. I can sweeten it up for another $5 tip.
No, I appreciate that. It was an awesome experience working with you. One of my favorite things that we did was, you're talking about safety, and I never wanted anybody to go through anything that I wouldn't do myself. So there's a stunt where they were running, and you jump up to a branch and you grab it and you swing and you kick them. And I was the first one. I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go. So let me be the first guy that you kick in the chest and go flying backwards. And so I think I still have on my phone, I think there's still a video where we do it and we do the stunt. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, you're off screen. You just hear, I just kicked my director. Fuck yeah. And I just thought it was so cool that like you can have that moment. Like we can share that as, you know, two people that were kind of leading the set that day, just having fun and just like, you know, we're still making sure everyone's safe, but we're having a good time while we're doing it. So it was honestly that set was a blast. I do have a lot of regrets when it comes to it, especially with the fact that like in post we ran into so many issues and we just couldn't really deliver what we wanted to deliver.
Right.
So, but overall, it was a lot of fun. I definitely wanted to work with you again, but then you got super busy, and I'm gonna say this. You got very, very famous in my eyes. You went and got hired by Marvel.
Yes. So I technically got hired by Feld Entertainment. But yes,
under the rug, but their parent company is Marvel. They I don't exactly know the full business logistics or side of it, but they obviously can work with licensed characters from Marvel. It's approved. It has the voice actors from all like the cartoon shows, like the Disney XD shows. So like basically like when you came to see me, right? And like, you know, your kids come, they would recognize the voices because most likely, or I guess I'm assuming here, they were watching those cartoons on TV. So it is Marvel. You know what I mean? Like it really is. But it was just also a funny thing where like, I know my dad would be like, hey, my son's in Marvel. And then everyone's like, oh shit, like what movie is he in? And I'm like, Dad, you can't say that because I'm not in the movies. But yeah, I was with Marvel Universe Live, it was called, for 2 years. And it's overall, all things considered, it's the biggest stunt show in America. May or may not be the most popular. I know Waterworld is huge in Universal, and a lot of shows have more specific stunts. Cirque du Soleil, for instance, probably bigger company, I guess you could say. Definitely well more known. Everyone knows Cirque du Soleil, and they have amazing things that I definitely can't do and people I know can't do, but they're specialized shows usually. This one had it all. I mean, it had wire work, you know, different types of poles and harness flying and, you know, people on fire and motorcycles and, you know, trials riders and tricks. And I did fire twirling in the show. You know what I mean? Like like random stuff, as well as all just the tumbling, the fighting, you know, the acting per se. Like it is just kind of a huge animal. And we toured domestically, we toured internationally, and I finished off in South Africa and was supposed to go to Australia before, you know, the big cove hit. The Coco 19.
Yeah.
Wow. Just tell us about that experience. That had to be just absolutely crazy to be traveling all across the world, really, and doing that. What was your character, or like, what did you have a character or like a specific role in general?
Yeah. So I'm gonna answer almost in 2 parts. Number one is the character. So I was Iron Fist, which is one of those where it's like I'll get some nices and then I'll also get like,
who is that?
Who? And, so The
Oh,
dope
Iron
thing
Fist,
about
dude.
that show on Netflix that lasted like a season and then went to
Yeah.
Is it that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, okay, so like that real shitty superhero from Netflix. like, so it was really fun playing him because a lot of the casuals didn't know him. You know what I mean? The only people who would cheer for me in the crowd without seeing me do anything would be the kids who watched the Spider-Man cartoon because Iron Fist was featured in it as like a kind of prominent side character. So that was pretty much it. That or like the 40-year-old dudes who read an ass ton of comics and like no Iron Fist. You know what I mean? Like, so that was it. So I mean, you can be Spider-Man, you can be Black Panther, Captain America, whoever, and get cheers no matter what. Not to disparage them because all of them were amazing on the show. But you could just absolutely suck and you'd still get, you know, like, oh my God, yeah. Me, dude, I had to be good. I had to be good every show. Otherwise, man, I just felt like nobody cared. Hell, even the scenes where I went out there and like I went backstage and I was like, I fucking killed it. It would be like, well, you know, crowd says differently. So, so I loved it, man. It was a challenge, but it's also just a cool character. Like it got me a little bit more into just learning, you know, like martial arts and superficially at least, just, you know, working through the different styles of kung fu and stuff like that. And that stuff is always interesting, you know. And I want to do justice to the character. Like I mean, yes, it's fake it till you make it, but I want to look like I can do it, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't want to just go out there and just tumble. I wanted to like look like I could beat some dude's ass with some Wing Chun if I needed to.
Hell yeah.
So,
that's awesome. I love it.
You had the fist. You had the fist too. So that thing, how did you if you hit it down, right, it would activate the glowing, right?
Yeah. So we had 2 different forms. When I first started, they basically had a guy like on the light board who would just activate at different times. And then I would kind of have to like act off that. I personally didn't think that was too much of a problem. I mean, I was like, there definitely is a way we can make it more to where I feel like I'm in control and not just like they shine a spotlight and I have to go to my light. You know what I mean? It's like, hold on, like let me create the light a little bit too. So we worked it out to where basically there was buttons on the side. So a lot of the times, you know, we do this like crazy, you know, super flashy form, and all I have to do is slam my fist down on my hand. And then as I pull it away, you know, that's when I'm like revealing the power of the fist, and it would light up. Half the time it didn't freaking light up because the lights are right there. So I punch down or whatever, and then I punch too hard, so I break the damn thing, and then have to like go backstage and be like, guys, sorry, like,
damn it, that's the 6th one this week.
Yeah, it was difficult to work with. I loved it though, but it was just difficult on both sides. I mean, because I have to do the tumbling. This is the choreography in the show. I can't change it for just obvious rules, but the biggest rule is I can't change it for safety. So you know, I need to do this stuff. And it's like when you got a whole, you know, your lights here and a wire running down your entire arm, it goes into your chest, like that wire could get disconnected. I could do a flip and all of a sudden I'd, you know, mess it up in there. So now only half the lights are working. I remember I had one show where I think for a quick minute, it was literally only the middle finger light was working. And I was just like, this is great. Yeah. Like anytime I see Loki on stage, I'll just flash him the fist, and it's just like, you know.
Awesome.
So yeah, it was just a difficult piece to work with, but that was in no fault of the crew. And if anything, maybe even more fault goes to me, you know. So
for being so strong.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. Just for actually whooping ass. But no,
for sure.
To go back to earlier to answer the rest of your question, what was the experience like, dude? It was amazing. You can always find a complaint with anything. And you know, there were some bad days where I wanted to, right? I was like, oh, I should be paid more, or you know, this is just too hard on the body. But no, man, really overall, it was amazing. I auditioned for this job 3 times, right at the end of Stunt School in 2015 and 2 times in 2016. And then I didn't even get hired until early 2018. So a year and a half after my last audition. Yeah. But I think just that persistence and that getting better each audition just showed them like I was serious. And I was just about ready to move on. Like I was already working a different job in Maryland doing a stunt show.
Yeah.
And then I get the email from Marvel. And it was just like, but my boss at the time was just very cool about it. I told him, you know, and it was just like, dude, I don't want to back on this contract, but this is just a better job in every way. And I think even you would admit that. And if you were in my position, you probably do the same thing. And he was like, yeah, absolutely. So, yep. So I left for Marvel, and the travel, the friends, just doing the show, all amazing. The best experience I had is when we went to Detroit. And I remember like they did a lot of PR on this like hometown hero thing. I'm like, I'm not even from Detroit, but it's cool, whatever. Michigan, I guess.
Right.
And I went to the Children's Hospital, and I got to go with two of my buddies who were Spider-Man and Black Panther in the show. And just like, I mean, you can infer the rest. Like just going there with them and seeing the kids, dude, easily the best part about that.
You know, B, I don't think I ever told you this, but at your wedding, you looked snazzy.
Oh, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it.
That tie, that's a fly tie.
It was a fly tie.
Where did you get that from?
I got that from taserties.com.
Yeah, with Ty Sear?
With Ty Sear, the owner of Taser Ties. He hooked me up with that tie.
Yeah?
Yes. Yep.
That's pretty
Matched
awesome.
my whole suit. I told him this was what I was wearing, and the dude hooked me up, and I looked sweet that day.
You know what? I also went with the Taser tie.
Yes, you did. And you looked good.
It's a nice little floral print.
Yes.
It matched perfectly.
Yep, we both had floral prints,
Yeah, he
actually.
also hooked me up with a tie clip.
Yes, he
a
did.
golden paperclip tie clip.
Yes.
The man's amazing.
He is incredible.
He's such an awesome entrepreneur.
Yep.
He's done wonders. His business, Taser Ties. If you go check him out right now, you can use the coupon code TFG at checkout and receive
25% off.
That is one hell of a deal.
It really is.
So head over to taserties.com today. Enter coupon code TFG.
Do it.
All right, Dakota. So you mentioned Stuntman School. Yeah, tell me a little bit about that for people that don't know, like me. I have no idea.
Man.
What does that entail?
Dude, I had no idea too. So how it really started was I took Japanese for 4 years in high school. I know how the hell does that relate? This is how. So
were you hold on. Were you really into anime too?
Not really, actually.
Okay. I would have thought like somebody who was super into anime might like, you know, learn that so they can, you know, kind of follow along with the true anime.
100%. All stunt people you meet are anime nerds, superhero nerds, something. Bruce Lee fanboys. Like it's something that we saw that was just like crazy, and we're like, "Yep, I gotta do this."
They're fans of they're fans of the Jackie Chan, as you put it, the Jackie Chan.
the Jackie Chan. Hey man, the one and only. He's a legend.
That's right, for sure.
But yeah, it's like seriously, we're just all nerds, and then the rest of them are just buffer than me. So it's just buff nerds. But
Buff
so
nerds and then Dakota. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, how it started is my junior year, this man named Chuck Johnson came into our class to, in theory, just present on what it's like working in a different country. Obviously, for our Japanese class, i.e., Japan. It literally just so happened he was a stuntman. So he showed us like some of his work just for fun, you know, I think to kind of get the class like excited and then get into like the boring logistics of it. But he started off with just like, yeah, man, I did stunts on Godzilla Final Wars, which I am like the biggest Godzilla nerd, dude. Like I own like 28, I think out of 30 now, Japanese Godzilla movies. Like I watched them all as a kid. And I freaked out. I was like, I know you. You're the one black guy in Godzilla Final Wars. Hell yeah. Like, it's like, I know him. So I went up to him after class and I was like, dude, I don't mean to be that kid or that guy, but I'm so interested in what you do. Like I want to do it. Like I just thought it was unrealistic until now, you know, and you just came in and told me it is realistic because you're from Michigan. You went to Michigan State and now you're living in Japan and you're making a living doing stunts. So him being the amazing guy that he honestly is, was like, here, man, here's my Facebook. Let's keep in touch. And I actually kept in touch with him for the next 2 to 3 years, throughout my senior year of high school. When I first started at MSU, that was kind of my plan B at the time. And he kept talking to me, man. And he kept responding anytime I asked him a question. And eventually he was like, here's some stunt schools to look at. You don't have to go this way. Not everybody does, but you know, if you just want that extra training. He's like, I personally think it's a good idea. I agreed with him. So I looked, and then he sent me the one he went to, and in all honesty, it looked the best. It looked like the best option to me. It was the cheapest. It had, in my opinion, the most variety of things to learn. That that could be sacrificed for maybe a huge amount of experience, but it's all utility work. So yeah, I saved up from my job there. I dropped out of college and I went straight to stunt school. And dude, it was amazing. I went to the International Stunt School in Seattle, sometimes just called the USA, United Stuntmen's Association.
Nice.
And the awesome thing is he ended up teaching there the year I went as well. So,
Oh, really? That's wild.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I let him know I was going, but like he's also in Japan. Maybe our communication got messed up. So when he came to America, he literally saw me and was like, "Yo!" and like freaked out. And it's amazing. And I still have a good relationship with him to this day, because whenever he comes to the States, we'll always train once or twice. But yeah, he's the guy who got me into it from the beginning, showed me that it was real, and I've made a living off it for a couple years now. So I kind of owe, I don't want to say everything, but definitely a lot to him.
Well, name drop him. Who is it?
Yeah, his name is Chuck Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah,
okay. That's what I remember. That just when you said Chuck, I was like, Norris.
Yeah, yeah. It was Chuck Norris, Harrison Ford, and then Jet Li. All big good friends of mine. But no,
no, that's incredible, man. What a story. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's the man, and he's very big in Japan. He's very very good at what he does. So many degree black belt in Taekwondo. Like, he can destroy you if he wants, but he never will, because he's the nicest guy ever.
So would you say that like stunt schools was 100% worth it, and you recommend it to anyone who wants to go into this field?
I do, 100%. It's tough to say it is the right path. There is no right path when you want to become an entertainer. It's the same thing. Some people are like, you have to go to Juilliard. You don't have to. But I'm sure the people who went there can look back on everything they learned there and be like, well, I think I got this job because of what I learned there. So for me, absolutely yes. And I would recommend it for other people, specifically that school too, because there's a lot of good people there with a lot of specialty skills that are put at the forefront for teaching a specific thing. If you want to learn fire burns, then you have this guy. If you want to learn, wire work, then you have this girl or this guy and whoever. And they're really good at picking out either former students or accomplished stunt people in those fields to help teach. So yeah, yeah, 100%.
The reason why I asked is because when I was in the film industry, a lot of the great debate, if you will, is, do you spend all that time and money on film school? And a lot of the people came out of that going, no, don't, because it's film school teaches you where the buttons are, but not how to kind of use that going forward. They just show you where the buttons are, and then it's up to you from there. So that's why I asked. I'm always interested in those like specialty schools, like how, if people actually think they're worth it, or do they just teach you like the fundamentals that you can just go on YouTube nowadays and find out. But I guess stunt work is a lot different because you physically have to do this, and you're risking your health and injuries.
Yeah.
So it might be best to be done with a trained professional.
That's where I was gonna touch on. I was like, and I can't speak when it comes to other forms, but I think specifically for stunts, yes. I mean, dude, we had a guy who went there pretty much specifically just to get over anxiety. He doesn't want to be a stuntman. He just wanted to get over like his, like anxiety being in public and stuff like that. And what way to get closer to somebody
and get set on fire. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Or like you're working like jujitsu with someone, you got like someone's like crotch in your face. Like, I mean, it's like crazy experience, but it teaches you a ton. Yeah, man. It's like I said before too, it's not the right path, but it was part of mine, and it's something that I will gladly say helped me a lot. I still have it on my resume for now. I think once I get to the point where credits can speak for me, then I will take it off. But for now, I personally like to let people know that I was trained. So
absolutely. Yeah, that's incredible, man. What an incredible experience and incredible story with Charles Johnson and everything, right? I said it. I got it right.
Yeah, Chuck.
Chuck.
Yeah,
Chuck.
yeah,
It's Chuck, God
Chuck.
damn it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chuck. But yeah, just incredible, man. What a great
Thank
story for sure. Yeah. So you were from Michigan, started out
Yep.
at MSU, and then recently moved to Georgia, right?
Correct.
Atlanta.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm in
Okay.
technically Riverdale, Georgia.
Okay.
It's just a little bit southwest of the city of Atlanta. Yeah, give me 20 minutes, I'll be in Atlanta.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah. So what made you make that move?
Atlanta is huge right now, dude. Atlanta is
Yep.
popping. And that's not subjective. That is objective. I can't even name the projects, but I have friends working in a ton of things right now. All huge movies, huge TV shows. There's over 70 something productions here, I think, in just the next 2 years. Stuff that you will see in theaters, stuff that you'll see on Netflix, Hulu, whatever, you name it. Literally, it is here. The reasons for that being, I don't actually necessarily know, but what I can assume is there's actually a little bit of nature around here. It's not just the city. It's probably cheaper to live than LA, I would imagine. I can't say for sure, but I can imagine it's cheaper. Then there's different laws when it comes to right to work states, stuff like that. I don't know, but I'm just going to assume, don't quote me here, that Georgia is probably easier than something like California or New York. It's still a big city, man. I mean, a lot of people are going to be here. I personally think a show that got it popping off. I mean, Walking Dead was famous for starting in Atlanta. And how long has that show been going? Like 12, 13 seasons, 11 seasons?
Right. Too long.
Yeah.
Just like Fast and the Furious, too long.
Now that I will argue, but
What?
I only want Fast and Furious to keep going, so eventually I can work on one of the films. That's it.
There you go.
We're sidebar.
That.
Are you excited that Jason Momoa is joining that, or are you just like,
yeah, dude?
No,
Yeah, Momoa's a badass, dude.
No, that's why his wife left him. She's like, "You're doing what? Fuck that! I'm done. I'm done." Bullshit.
Oh man.
I'd rather you be an Aquaman 17 than Fast and Furious 10.
Right? No, man, I'm all about it. Fast and Furious, dude, they can keep going. It is ridiculous, and I accept it's ridiculous now. But God, I love them. They're they're ridiculous.
I can't.
They're unreal.
After the second one should have just died.
Oh, I disagree with that.
Second one.
I disagree with that.
The first two were awesome.
No, the best ones were 5 through 7.
Well, you know what? Dakota's been great. I'm going to end this now because you've upset me. You've upset me.
Shoot. I was going to say, I think we would have never seen The Rock against Statham or The Rock against Vin Diesel. I mean, come on.
I'm okay with that. The Rock has been against about 30 other people because he's in 30 movies a year now. Like, I'm good.
It
really is.
I'm okay with him. Man. I'm okay with watching him in Jumanji acting like a little 18-year-old wimp. Like, I'm okay with that. Because that is gold.
Those movies have
as
no
Danny
right.
DeVito.
Like, those movies have no right being as good as they are. I remember going to see the first one, like, hey, it's The Rock, I'll go see it. And then I left and I was like, I'm gonna see that shit again. That was fun.
I think that was honestly the most surprising movie that I've watched in like a decade of how good it was compared to it's a blockbuster. It's gonna be just that, right? It's a seat filler, all this huge big stuff, but like nothing like in depth beyond the surface, right? I watched that, I'm like, fuck yes. Yeah, it was amazing. I don't even like Jack Black that much, but I liked him in that movie.
Oh, I love Jack Black in that, dude.
He was so great. To me, the movie won me over when they did the cut scene when like all the characters are like, what's happening? And then The Rock playing the nerdy kid was like, this is called a video game cutscene. It's where they like express dialogue and whatnot. I was like, oh, dude, this movie gets it. Like right then, like this is gonna be fantastic.
Definitely, for sure. That when he get Jack Black gets ate by the hippo, dude.
Yeah.
So good.
And I didn't think they could top it, but then when you introduce Danny DeVito and Danny Glover, and then they have to act as those characters, that topped it. That was a sequel that was better than the first one. Yeah. Well, actually, that's technically
Yeah.
a trilogy because they included Robin Williams, that
Yeah.
Jumanji. They included that as part of it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
is that
The
the
third one,
sequel or is that the third?
I don't know, but if it counts as the third one doesn't suck. That's hard
Yeah.
to do.
It
A lot of
It's
movie
true.
franchises, the third one doesn't hold up per se.
think the
It
fir-
only
Sure.
I think
like it only
Jumanji is the
gets those
first
points.
trilogy that doesn't suck out of all.
Yeah.
Jumanji is the first
I don't
trilogy
know,
that
man.
doesn't suck.
I don't know, man. The Dark Knight trilogy.
I know. I was
Oh,
just
fair.
thinking that
Okay,
myself. I was
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
what?
I have been
Come on,
corrected.
dude.
I've
All right.
Yeah.
you've made up for the Fast and the Furious bullshit.
I mean,
So
yeah,
what?
okay.
I'll-
Don't let him bully you. You like what you like, damn it. Don't let him
no,
bully you.
you are feel free to like what you want to like. All right, just
Oh, I love it.
just
So-
be okay, just be okay
There
with
you
being
go.
wrong. Okay, just be
Perfect.
okay with
Yeah.
being
For
wrong.
sure, for sure.
So what's coming up for you now, then, man? You've
Yeah,
made
man.
the move to Georgia. So what can we see you in next? What are you doing right now?
Yeah, man. Exciting. Like, is this the word for it? So when I first came down here, all my friends are hitting big things. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I was on Marvel with them, and we all talked about, you know, like being the actual Marvel character or like working in like those big movies, and they're doing it. Like, some of my friends are doing it right now, and I want to get to that point, and I know I can because straight up, like if they can do it, I can do it. So
Absolutely.
everything is here. It's just like fishing now. I throw my line out and eventually something will bite. So I've just been emailing coordinators nonstop. Been trying to train every day. Just trying to film something new, something that's not on my reel, update that, make it the best. Because if I have a better tackle box, I'm more likely to catch fish, right?
I'm
So
loving these analogies right now.
yeah. so that's what it is, man. I do actually have my first background gig coming up, so I'm very excited for that. And it's
Oh, yeah.
it's for something big. So I actually this is like the first time I feel like those like Marvel stars where I'm like, I can't tell any secrets. Like I can't disclose it, but
I can speak for Brandon and I. We know it, but we can't
Yeah.
say it. So
Yeah.
we feel grouped in on this, and now we feel almost as cool as you,
yeah,
but far from it
So-
still.
Yeah, far from
Yep.
it. Yeah, I'll never be this cool.
no, bull crap, man. But
This is
I don't
awesome,
know.
man.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
talk
think
about it.
I think we can set Brandon on fire though. So I think he can do this. I think we can
I-
just light him on fire.
I think I've done
I
it by
just
myself.
I need the materials. Yeah, I need the right materials and someone to mix it for me. But from then on, then yes, I can take over and I can confidently set you on fire and put you out. So
That's perfect. All right. I trust
Yeah.
my life in Dakota's hands. I'd do it. Let him set me on fire.
Brandon
I
just
trust him.
calls. Brandon
I
just
do
calls
not
that.
trust Jeff. So
Yeah.
Dakota will
That's a fair
definitely be the
point.
one putting me.
But Brandon
But-
just calls that Friday night at the racetrack though. He always sets
Yeah,
himself on
Yeah,
fire.
I've caught myself on fire a couple of times, which is unfortunate.
right. But yeah,
But-
man.
yeah.
Just a little bit more.
Hell
too.
yeah,
I-
let's talk about it.
yeah, just been I mean, submitting to coordinators and stuff like that, getting good responses. Obviously some notes to improve here and there, and I love notes. I love criticism. I never shy away from that because, yes, people can have egos and be assholes, but at least in my opinion, no one really goes out of their way to be an asshole. Like, if they're gonna email me, why would they email me with the intent of shutting me down? You know what I mean? I feel like their email would at least, it still may be a you're not ready, but it's like, maybe one day he will be, you know?
Yeah.
Or it'll be, hey, call me when you're union. And the job I just got might help me to get union.
Yeah.
So it's all about starting off with just having that SAG after, under my name. And that'll make me a lot more appealing to coordinators. I have a lot of experience. I'm forever a white belt, so I need to keep learning. But
Sure.
I'm confident with myself now that if I got work on a professional set, I would be just fine. I can fight anybody and I can fall against anybody. So, yeah, man, I'm
Hell
very,
yeah.
very.
See, I think that too about
That's
myself.
awesome.
When I have enough beers, I can fight anybody.
Yep, exactly.
That is-
And
I
that's
can
the
That's
do
a
it.
different
Just-
style. Yeah.
Just get me in there, coach. Just put me in there.
Yeah. What Jeff means is he can get his ass kicked by anybody. That's really what,
For sure.
that's really what he means. Yeah.
That's actually a true talent. That's a true talent.
That is awesome, man. Well, dude, I can't wait to continue to see your growth and all your potential that you already have, and just keep growing on top of that. And like I said, you just said, if they're emailing you back with something, they're giving you that like constructive criticism. That, to me, makes me feel like they see some big time potential in you to give you those just
Right.
notes to just put you to that next level. It's incredible. Yeah, that should say a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, man. I mean, it's all a step up, even if you get knocked down a peg, it's just to hopefully make you jump too,
Yeah.
So
yeah, I love it. I love that for sure. Definitely. Jeff's got a board in his hand, and I'm a little nervous.
You know what this is. I already told Phil Dakota in on this.
Oh, did you? Okay. All right.
Yeah, he knows what this is.
Okay.
Can we
all
break
right.
it? Like,
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
you want to break it?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure this board. I'm pretty sure this board could kick my ass. So. This board would knock me out. So as I explained to you before, we always do what we call Lacey's fun facts. Lacey is my producer. She's also my lady friend. She comes up with these fun facts to kind of throw us through a loop to see if she can kind of stump us, and just we have something to say about everything. That's just who we are.
Yeah.
And so she tries to get us to, be stumped. Well, this time, she themed it just for you, Dakota.
Ooh.
So this is all movie based. All right.
Oh no. Oh, no.
Now the first one, what I say was themed. No, not towards you, unless you have a role like this, which I want to see it then. But,
Oh man.
The first one is in the movie 50 Shades of Grey. Actress Dakota Johnson had to have a butt double due to the fact that the character she played was to be portrayed as pure and innocent, meaning Dakota's butt. Maybe that's what it is. Dakota's butt tattoo. Dakota had a butt tattoo, so that is out of character. So that is a stand-in. So my question to you: do you have a butt tattoo?
Yeah, I actually have 6. It's like a full sleeve.
Just on your butt.
Just on the ass. Whole ass cheek sleeve.
Your ass cheek looks like Mike Tyson's face.
That's crazy though. I didn't know that.
I mean, have you ever watched 50 Shades of Grey? Has anybody ever watched 50 Shades of Grey?
I actually have not. I'm not above watching it. Like I definitely worked at movie theaters when it was there. And we did legit find a cucumber because I was the guy who found it.
Oh no! No!
That's like actually true story. Yeah, I mean you always hear about that on, like, Facebook or whatever, but like I found it. So I was like,
no!
This is how I
this is
how I see it going.
Cucumber.
I see Dakota being like, with his little flashlight, be like, "What? Guys, this is a cucumber. Why would there? Oh my God! Why is there?" Like it's in your hand, but then it realizes, oh, I know what this is used for.
Yeah. So I mean, you just never know. Like, I don't know. There could have been an innocent purpose for it, but I'm just betting there wasn't. So
yeah. I'm on your side on this.
Yeah. But that's the thing is, like, I've heard of like butt doubles before. Like I've heard of it, I think, for Game of Thrones, for Captain Marvel. And there's various different reasons. I mean, when you come to entertainment, shit's superficial. Like, I honestly think they'll be straight up and be like, yo, for this scene, we need a butt double because you ain't cutting it. Like,
it's
what it is. Like, yeah, like it could happen to me. You know what I mean? Like, it could happen to whoever. But the fact that it's because she has a butt tattoo, I'm just like,
what did
they not have?
Don't they have makeup to? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe the action was too sweaty, and it was gonna like drip off.
Worry about it running off.
Maybe she gets Dakota to Mason's ass a little too hard, where she didn't slap a little bit too much.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You gotta.
He's like, I have makeup on my hand.
Exactly.
Well, it could be. You know what I mean? Because isn't that kind of like what is it? Not dominatrix, but what are the other thing there? I don't know. But anyway, there is, I'm sure, slapping and spanking
super
involved.
Vanilla in his sex
life.
Bro, you don't know about that sub life? No.
Yeah, there you go. Sub life. There we go. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah. There is like you know what I mean, spanking and slapping with the paddles and all that kind of wicked shit. So it could be out there. You know what I mean? It might be what it is. They didn't want the
I'm just
makeup to
hoping
rub
that
off.
I'm hoping that your wife is in the next room, being like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" In there?
Yeah,
Like, what kind of podcast?
She might
What kind of
be.
podcast are they actually doing?
Yeah.
She knows by now.
Let's say all she's heard about is the spanking and then lighting on fire. And she's like, yo, how kinky do they get? Like,
For sure. Yeah, next thing I know, when I get done, she's gone. Her shit's packed. She's like, I'm out. I'm not dealing with this.
No. When you're done, she's out there with a paddle and a leather mask on. Just ready
Yeah,
to
for
go.
sure. With a torch. Like,
Yeah.
let's go.
Oh, you like to be set on fire? Let's do this.
Right.
All right, number 2.
All right.
This one's super interesting. Doctor Strange. So originally, Doctor Strange was supposed to come out like in the 90s, right? Like there was a version of this out there. It was almost directed by Wes Craven back in 1992.
ooh.
Which, mind you, though, they're saying the new Doctor Strange is the first like almost horror movie in the Marvel universe. It's almost a horror movie. It's being directed by Sam Raimi, which is also the director of the first 3 Spider-Man movies, but also director of several horror films.
Well, I was gonna say, man, I like obviously for the new Spider-Man, I rewatched all of them, you know, just to get in Spider-Man mood. And I didn't realize, like watching the old ones again, I was like, yo, some of these shots are terrifying. Like Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2, like when he like first wakes up, when the arms just like murder all the nurses and doctors and stuff, I was like, yo, what? Like I was like, I do not remember seeing this when I was 7, 8 years old or however old I was then. It was like, this is insane. So some of the shots, like creepy as hell.
Yeah,
so
100%.
when I heard he was doing the new Doctor Strange, I was like, you know what though? That could work.
Yeah,
like,
I'm here for it for sure.
Yeah, as for the 1992 one, if that actually happened,
how terrible.
That's just so hard to say because it could have been dope, but it's just superheroes were different back then, man. A lot of those movies, whether they hold up or not, whatever your opinion is, they are just executed differently. Either campier or way more lighthearted, very heavy on the like, you can do great Superman tones. And now it's like, is Batman insane? You know what I mean? Like it's so different now that I don't know. I don't know if it would have worked too well. It could have been amazing, but then, you know, I mean, if it came out in 92, I wouldn't even been born yet. So I would have watched it.
Wow, fuck, I'm old. Wow, imagine the practical effects though that they would have had to pull off. Like that's what I would have been most excited about because I don't like CGI. I'm not a big CGI guy. I love practical. I love in camera. So thinking of that, like how interesting would that have been to incorporate all this the magic that he has to do, the spells, and do it in a practical way.
It would have been hard, man. I think if they went for like a darker, like almost like that Tim Burton, like Batman Returns tone, it would have been cool. But I do think the special effects would have been super hard. I do. Not that they couldn't do it. I just, yikes.
Yeah.
Now,
I agree with every word he's just said for sure.
Now we have a couple minutes left. And so I just want to ask your take on this because you are a Marvel guy.
Oh, yeah.
How geeked were you when you saw No Way Home?
Whew. Pretty damn geeked. I mean, it was one of those things where I don't know. It's far enough now where spoilers I think are just out there. I knew. Well, I didn't know for sure 100% what was going to happen, but 99% of me suspected what was going to happen. And when it first did, I freaked out because I guess spoiler alert, just in case. But my favorite has always been Andrew Garfield.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
No one else agrees with me. No, you didn't agree with me when I said that.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
and I love all three.
Over Tom Hardy.
Yeah, right. So, and I love all three. Like, I really don't throw shade towards any of them because they all worked for their specific times and tones and whatever. Now, where we might disagree is I still think the Andrew Garfield movies are good. Not that he's just the solo good part of them, but I think they're great. I was so excited to see him back,
Yeah.
and then obviously seeing Toby come back, which is really cool too. Because
Mhm.
I mean, not even just him. Everybody in the movie looks like excited to play their part. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, there was some type of like giddiness feeling, even if they were playing serious scenes, that you're just like, yo, this set was probably a blast.
I
Like,
keep
this was just
I keep thinking to the classroom scene where it's just the three of them, and like MJ and Ned, and just I feel like all that had to been like improv, just improv.
Yeah.
For 80% of it.
Yep, dude. The best scenes was when the three Spider-Man were just talking.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the one where they're talking about like the web shooters and stuff like that, and he's like, "I don't do that," and it's making my own webs. It's a hassle. Like, just the comedy they were doing there was fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
It
was
Like,
awesome.
yeah,
love-
it's amazing. It wasn't number one for me. Endgame is still my number one,
Oh, really?
but
Okay.
it is. But I think No Way Home is number two, just because
Yeah.
like the Spider-Man's like reuniting is ridiculously cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a huge fan of Andrew Garfield. I'm psyched that they came out to say that he's getting his third one. I
Yeah.
also would love to see if rumors are true, if that's truly why Morbius got pushed back, having him cut into that movie would be dope.
Yeah.
Because I love the scene in No Way Home where he's like, I want to fight an alien. Like,
Yeah.
and we both
Yep.
know, and we all know that Venom is in Morbius's world. So
Right.
if that ever gets to happen, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would
Yep.
be
I'm with
awesome.
you. I'm with you, man.
Oh, but all right, I just want to thank you so much for spending the time with us. It was a blast. I'm so happy that we got to catch up.
Yeah, man.
I love what you're doing. I wish you the best of luck. You're gonna do great things. And with what you've
Thank
already disclosed to us that we can't talk about, which is eating me alive, I'm stoked to see it. I'm stoked to hear about it, man. So I'm super proud of you. Blessed to have been able to work with you. And like I said, just stoked that you came on. So thank you so much.
Hell
Dude.
yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming on with us, man. You're incredible. Your story is incredible. How you started out, what you're doing now. I can't wait to see everything you put together in the future. You're awesome. We really appreciate it.
That's amazing, man. I appreciate that. Jeff, man, always, anytime, dude. Always down to just talk, hang out if I'm ever in the area, obviously. And Brandon, it was great meeting you, man. You're
Nice
cool
to meet
too.
you.
Let's do it. Let's grab a beer a few times and let's.
Definitely. Hell yeah.
But no, all those words, guys, that was really appreciated. Thank you so much.